So the first story we'll listen today is Lost and Found. So let's start. So there were some pandits who went to Ganga to take dip in the water, in the river. So there were 10 of them. So what they did is they held each other's hands and they took a dip thrice. And when they came out for the third time, initially they all were holding hands together and they took a dip one time, second time. And third time when they took a dip, they were not holding each other's hands. So one of the pandits said, let's make sure that all of us are safe and we will count everybody in the line, we will count and we will see we all are there or not. So they liked the idea and they told, okay, let's line up and let's start counting. So one by one they started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on till 9. And then they stopped. So one of the other person screamed, 9, only 9, screamed the other person. So they thought one person has drowned in the river. So the other person said, one of us has drowned in the river, and he started crying. So the other person said, you move aside and let me count. So again he told everyone, stand in the line and I will count. So he skipped counting himself and the others started counting 1, 2, 3, 4 and again they counted till 9. Then all the pandits were sure that one person was missing. So there was one cap seller who was sitting nearby and he was seeing what all was happening. He was seeing the drama that was happening there. So he thought that I will go and offer to them that I will count. So he went there and he said, I will count. There is some confusion from your end. Let me count and confirm whether all of you are safe or not. So the cap seller said, please take these caps. All of you take these caps and wear these caps one by one and then we will count. And it was also hot, so the pandit thought that it was a good option. Let's take the caps from the cap seller. So each of them took the caps. And then what happened is the cap seller told, one by one remove your caps and put it on the floor. So all the pandits took the caps one by one and they put it on the floor. And then the cap seller said, let's all count together. And they started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. They started counting and there were 10 caps. And everyone was surprised. They thought that this cap seller has some magic. And then one person who was drowned has come again. So they thanked the cap seller and they paid him for his caps. And then the cap seller took the money from them and he walked away happily, jiggling the coins which he has taken. So this is an end to the story. And our next story's title is The 3 Promises. So this story is of a village. So there lived a person whose name was Aditya. So one day he was traveling in the forest and he was very thirsty. So he was searching for water. And then he saw a well nearby. It was filled with water. He went to the near well and he thought that, and he was surprised to see that inside the well there was one man, one snake and one tiger, and they all were trapped inside. And he was very shocked to see them. So all 3 of them requested Aditya to take them out and save their lives, and he was very confused. He thought that the tiger would kill him or the snake would bite him. So he thought that let's leave from this place. That is not safe for me. And then all the 3 of them started shouting, please help us, please help us. So Aditya thought, how can I save all 3 of them? It is very risky for me as well, because if they do harm to me, then it is very risky for me. And then he went nearer to the well and he saw And then the tiger and snake assured Aditya that if you save us, we will not kill you. And the man also said that I am also a human being like you, so I cannot do any harm to you. So please save me also. So then Aditya thought for a minute and he was satisfied with the promise. And then he took the rope and put it inside the well. And then first the tiger came out, and then the tiger said to him, "Thank you, my dear friend. And then if you visit the forest anytime and you are in danger or you need any help, or just like that, you can come and visit me. And I would love to repay what you had done to me, and I would be very happy to serve you." And then Aditya put again the rope, and then the snake came out. And then the snake said, "I promise to help you anytime. Whenever you need me, you can just call out my name and I would be happy to help you." And then again he put the rope inside, and then the man came. And then the man also thanked Aditya and said that I am a goldsmith, and if you need any help, I live in the nearby village. You can come and visit me anytime. And then Aditya was very happy that he has saved 3 lives and he has made new friends. And then after a few years, Aditya was passing to the same forest. He thought, let's meet the tiger. He is my friend and I will meet him. And the tiger was very happy to see Aditya and he greeted him. He greeted him well. He took him to his den and then he offered him fruits and some water and some drinks. And then later the tiger gave him some gold ornaments and some precious stones. So what Aditya thought is, Aditya decided to take the ornament to the goldsmith and he thought that he will make some coins out of it from the goldsmith and then it will be helpful for him. So Aditya went to the goldsmith, the person who Aditya has saved from the well. And then the goldsmith was very happy to receive him and greeted him warmly. Aditya told to the goldsmith that he has visited the tiger and the tiger has given him these ornaments and he doesn't know what to do with this. So if the goldsmith could break this into gold coins and give it to him. And then he showed all the ornaments to the goldsmith, and then the goldsmith told, okay, this might take some time, you wait for some time and I will be back. And then the goldsmith was shocked to see that the ornaments were designed by him and it was of the king's younger brother. So, few days back, the king's younger brother was missing, and the king was very sad with the news that his brother was missing, and he had offered one reward to a person who would give any information about his younger brother. But the goldsmith thought for a minute that if I tell the king that I have some news about his brother, then I will get some nice reward and people will appreciate me and I will be recognized in the entire village. So the goldsmith told Aditya that it will take some time and you can take rest for some time. I will be back again. So what the goldsmith has done, he was very cunning. He rushed to the king and he said that I know the person who killed your brother and all his ornaments are here and I have a proof also. And then the king was very angry and furious. He told the king ordered his soldiers immediately go and arrest that person and bring the culprit to my palace. Then Aditya didn't know any of the thing, any of this story, and he was very shocked that why was he arrested. But the king, nor the soldiers, anyone did not listen to Aditya, and he didn't know what to do. Then the Aditya thought, I have one more friend, and he had promised me that whenever you call my name, I will be there for you. So what did Aditya do is he shouted out the snake's name, and then the snake appeared in the jail. And he said, how are you, my friend, and why are you in jail? You are such a noble person, you saved my life, and I think you cannot do anything wrong to anybody. So, poor Aditya, what he did, he narrated the whole story that he was passing to the jungle and then he met the tiger and then he met the goldsmith and the goldsmith has done this to him. So, the snake promised Aditya that I have one plan and he whispered something in Aditya's ears. Next day morning, the news came in the palace that some snake has bitten the queen and she was very ill and she was unconscious and lot of doctors had come but nobody could do anything and she was still not into her consciousness. and the health of the queen was slowly deteriorating. So, what the king has announced the reward to anyone who could save the life of the queen. Aditya, who was in the jail, called the soldiers and informed that Aditya informed to the soldiers that I can save the queen's life. The king immediately called Aditya and asked him, okay, save the life of my wife and I will reward you. Aditya had put one condition that when I save the life of the queen, nobody should be there inside the room. To which the king agreed because he wanted to save his wife's life. And then the king accordingly told everyone to vacate the room. So then when Aditya was inside the queen's room, he shouted out the snake's name and the snake appeared there. And he took out the poison from the queen's body. The queen got up and she called the king, and seeing her healthy, the king was very happy and surprised, and he told Aditya, you can ask whatever you want and I will give you a reward. Aditya said, I don't want any reward, I just want you to listen out to me. And then Aditya narrated the entire story, and the king understood that it was not Aditya who has killed his brother and he was innocent, and then it was the fault of the goldsmith. And then king gave few more gold coins and few ornaments to Aditya, and then told him to go. And then the king had ordered his soldiers to bring the goldsmith to his palace, and the goldsmith was punished for creating a false story and being greedy that he will be rewarded, and the goldsmith was punished. And Aditya was rescued, and he happily went and he had those ornaments with him, and he got more ornaments from the king as well, and he was rewarded again by the king. So here ends the story. We'll move to our next story, and the title of the story is Raman and Cat. So once what happened in the Krishnadevaya kingdom, they were discussing that which animal was the most intelligent. So cats. So one of the ministers said that cats are the most intelligent. Others in the room also agreed with the minister. They started describing how cats are very clever and how smart they are, and each one claimed that their cats are the smartest. So the king decided that he will hold one competition, and the cat that does something which no other cat is doing, then that cat will be declared as the most smartest one, and she will be declared as the winner. The following week the competition was announced. So there was a person, one of the minister was Raman, and he also brought his cat along. So the king wanted to give a treat to the cats first. So he thought, like, all the cats have come, so let's give them some treat and let's serve them milk in a golden plate. The moment they saw the milk, all cats rushed towards it, but only one cat rushed in the opposite direction. The king was very surprised to see the strange behavior. Raman said with a smile, Maharaj, all cats run towards the milk, but my cat ran away from the milk. My cat has done what other cats has not done, so she should be declared as the winner. And to which everyone agreed, because it was a very strange thing, because generally cats go towards the milk, and that cat did not do that. So when Raman came to collect the prize, the king asked him, how come you have trained the cat like this, that she has not gone to take the milk but all the other cats did? Raman smiled and said, I wanted to make sure that my cat gets the best milk. So when I boiled the milk one day, I poured it into a plate to cool it, and the moment the cat saw it, she came running to drink it. Before I could stop and she had licked it and burned the tongue. So, since that day, whenever she sees milk in the plate, she doesn't take it. To which the king and Raman had laughed loudly, and all the other ministers also laughed out loudly, and the cat was declared as the winner, and Raman was rewarded with the prize. So, this is the end of her story.